say again, guys, that being an entrepreneur is a marathon, right? So staying healthy and boosting your energy is everything. So ultimately, it will help you be a badass in your business. And who wants that? Like everybody wants that, right? Right. So I want to tell you a little bit about my background, why I'm so passionate about this, and what brought me to this place. So I'm a freedom warrior, and the reason I chose that name for my business is because I kind of escaped a crazy lifestyle, right? So I used to be a TV reporter, like Felicia said, and sometimes people think that's glamorous, like you have your own makeup person following you around and it's not much work. It is physically and emotionally demanding. You work a crazy schedule, and I thought, wow, I can never have a family doing this. And so I left that, went to the corporate world, worked for Pepsi, and I then was on an airplane every day. And so then I thought, okay, this isn't going to work. And I left there after a few years and went to Vassar College, where I was the editorial director. So I did that for a while, and I was pulling into the driveway at night, and my son was going to sleep. He was a baby, and my sister approached me about Arbonne, and honestly, I made fun of her. So I don't know how many of you have sisters right out there, and I was like, I will never do that. But I did end up, I met the type of women who did it. I fell in love with the products. They're vegan and plant-based, and I thought, wow, these are really smart women living their life by design. I couldn't afford to be a stay-at-home mom, but I started this and on the side, and now I've been doing it full time for 10 years. So I have a team that stretches across the US and Canada with hundreds of amazing consultants. And I'm so grateful for the time freedom I have. I'm a single divorced mom, and that's why I run Strong Savvy Women, which is an empowerment group for divorced, single, widowed women. And my son is remote learning full time. He hasn't come in here yet, so it's a good day so far, right? So I wanted a healthier lifestyle, and I have it now. Just a little bit about Arbonne. I'm a national vice president. If you haven't heard of us, we've been around 40 years. We're a B Corp, so we give back in huge ways. I couldn't represent a brand I didn't believe in. We're vegan, plant-based, cruelty-free. So we don't test on animals. We don't use animal byproducts. In the US, we ban only about 12 chemicals in personal care products. And in Europe, they ban about 1,200. In Arbonne, we ban 2,000. So that was important to me. Whatever we put on our skin gets in our bloodstream and all of that. And that ties into our health. So, and then of course, the best product I think Arbonne has to offer is the business opportunity. And I love helping women build a business. It's an empowering culture, much like Haven. And, it's just a great segue into what I'm going to talk about now, which is 10 tips for staying healthy while we are all working from home. So I told you about this book, Miracle Morning. I want to tell you more about it and what exactly it recommends, because it really ties in everything we're talking about this morning. And I don't know if any of you have read it before, but some people might say, oh, mornings, like really, like, can I really? He says he can turn you into a morning person, even if you're not one, right? So, the great thing about having a morning routine is that you'll be more proactive. You'll anticipate problems and head them off at the pass. You'll plan like a pro, and you will have more energy. And all sorts of successful multi-millionaire entrepreneurs like Anthony Robbins both agree that the number one key to success is to start every morning off with a personal success ritual. So this book was first published in 2012, and the author said, if you want to level up your life, this is what he wants to help you do. And, you have more gratitude, less worry, less anxiety when you kind of follow this. And it doesn't have to be an hour-long thing. So my number one tip is to do the Miracle Morning. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 10 minutes. He actually has a 6-minute version if you're really in a rush. So the first minute really is silence. And I don't know about you guys, but I wake up and grab my phone sometimes, right? And then you get sucked in, right? And we really should just take that minute for ourselves, for meditation, like, Samantha talked about, prayer, whatever it is for you. And then 2, looking at your affirmations and reading them out loud. I'm sure my son thinks I'm crazy, but I go into this quiet room where our piano is and I read mine out loud. And what I love that the author says in this book is that in addition to, just saying your affirmations, you've got to kind of hold yourself accountable. If your goal is to earn a certain amount of money in September, I will, make 20 calls a day to new prospects. And what are you going to do to make it happen? And I think once you tell yourself that, I've noticed that helps my productivity. 3 is visualization. You close your eyes. I don't know about you guys. I have a vision board right here on my wall, which, reminds me of what I'm working for. We all have moments, right, where there are challenges and you're like, focusing on that and how you're going to feel when you achieve that goal is great. And I'm laughing because I have to update mine. I have a picture of my son and me in these kind of like beach chairs in Hawaii, because when you become a national vice president with Arbonne, you get a free trip to Hawaii every year. So I've pasted our photos on there, and it was a great goal for me, but it's still happening in the future. Okay, so number 4 is scribing. So having a gratitude journal, which I know we've talked about a little bit today, what you're grateful for. And I would love if you guys could drop in the chat one thing you are grateful for, because I would love to know. And I think it puts us all in a great mood, right? 5 is reading. Sometimes we think it's all or nothing. Like, oh, I don't have half an hour to read, do personal development. But sometimes just picking up a book and reading a page or 2 sets your mind in the right place for the day. And then the 6th thing he talks about as part of the Miracle Morning is exercise. No surprise, right? And, Jessica did a great job with that. It could be jumping jacks for 60 seconds if that's all the time you have, or, a workout, whatever works for your schedule. But my number 2 tip is making exercise non-negotiable, right? I find personally, if I don't do it in the morning, it never happens. I don't know about you guys, right? It's like, all right, I'll do it after that 12 o'clock call. Oh, now I'm hungry. I've got to eat. Wait, now I'll do it after 3. Wait, now my son needs to go here. And then pretty soon it's the end of the day and you're tired, right? And so I just think it's fabulous to do it first. One study showed that workday exercise not only improves well-being, but participants noted a 72% improvement in time management and workload completed on days when they exercised. That's pretty powerful, right? Grateful for Haven. Sorry, I'm seeing, well, of course, we're all grateful for Haven, yes. Oh, yes, I love the energy in this group. This is our miracle morning today, right? So when you exercise first, though, it really helps you make healthier food choices during the day, increased alertness, more overall energy, better focus, better mood, and you'll sleep better. And some studies actually show that if you exercise in the morning, you sleep better at night as opposed to exercising at night. So I think, I've definitely seen that for sure. Okay, so my number 3 tip is find a workspace away from the fridge. Okay, because maybe we all started out, on the kitchen table in the spring, or a rough few months, right, guys? And you ended up like, oh my gosh, I've been eating all day, and you're kind of confused when you ate, what you ate. It was funny when my son actually observed that every time I came down to the kitchen, I ended up eating something, and I got distracted by things. And I said, wow, from the mouths of babes, right? Like, he's observing me. So I think, it's just too tempting, right? We can end up emotionally eating. So you want to have a workspace that's peaceful, that's clean. I know it's hard. We all have busy schedules, but sometimes I clean up when I'm on a call, right? You're maybe just listening and you don't have to speak. And also essential oils are huge. I have a diffuser behind me, and I have a diffuser in my kitchen and all that has lemon essential oil. I love this one. It's an Arbonne one called Focus. And you can, sometimes I just like sniff it like this. I know that looks a little crazy, but you can also rub a little on your palms and put it on your, temples. This one has basil, rosemary, peppermint, frankincense, bergamot, and lemon. And it really, I don't know, it just perks me up. So I think whatever works for you, you want to have in your office. So it's kind of like a protected space, right? Does that make sense? And sometimes protected space means you have to put a sign on the door if you have children, right? I had to do that a few times. Okay, so the next thing, somebody touched on this, I think it was Samantha, about drinking enough water, guys. Number 4, do what works for you, right? For me, this is my latest obsession. I want to show you, having water with mint and lemon. And I also recommend these Hydromates. Maybe some of you have them, that counts you down, because I kind of lost track of how much water I was having. I'm having other drinks over the course of the day. So this will tell you, okay, 8 a.m., let's go, keep going, getting close, you made it, and then you refill. So it's 64 ounces total. And my son is pretty famous for being a camel and not drinking enough water. I got him one with like a baseball logo, and that's the only way we can kind of, incentivize him to drink. So these are really great. Obviously, you guys have probably heard this before, that it's recommended you drink 8-ounce glasses of water, which is really 2 liters or half a gallon. And I like that rule because it's easy. It's like the 8x8 rule. And, many people, and studies show this, say that if you don't stay hydrated throughout the day, your energy levels and brain function start to suffer. And who has had that happen before? And, we don't realize what's going on sometimes, but it's really that we need more water. Okay. 5, stick to an eating schedule. So setting meal times ahead of time, right? Like maybe in your calendar for the day. I love an app that I use on my phone called MyFitnessPal, where you can kind of keep a food diary, because I eat pretty healthy, but when you're not keeping track, it was kind of like, I didn't realize I was having way too many carbs or way too much fat, or until you break it down, and it's super easy. Almost everything is in there, and I love that. The plan we have with Arbonne is called our Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living, and it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. So we don't really count calories, but we do eat healthy. And our shakes this is what they look like. They're 20 grams of vegan protein. So they're rice, cranberry, and pea protein. And I'm curious, how many people have seen that documentary, Game Changers? Has anybody seen that on Netflix? Come on, I know everyone watched a lot of documentaries. Oh, cute. I'm looking, I've just seen the comments. Cucumber, mint, and lemon. That's great. Hydromates, they have a website, Felicia. Maybe Britton can find it. You've heard about it. Oh, thank you, Britton. She's so great. All right. Game Changers is a fabulous movie about plant-based diets and how they affect the body and have helped athletes. It is fascinating. I am admittedly not totally plant-based. I did do it for a few months, but I eat a lot of plant-based, food. And the difference really is incredible for people. One warning, don't watch Game Changers with your children unless you're ready to fast forward to a certain part where they talk about the effects of a plant-based diet on certain kind of performance. So that's just a little parental warning that no one gave me. So anyway, but it is really, really fascinating. Okay, number 7, give yourself healthy drink rewards. Okay, when I say that, I don't mean margarita or whatever in the middle of the day. There's a reason that 5-Hour Energy markets their product with, are you hitting that 2 p.m. slump, right? Are you tired? Because that can happen to a lot of us. And you don't want to start eating sweets and just grabbing something on the go in between Zoom calls, right? So one of the things I love to have, and I made this one a little while ago, is our energy fizz drinks. So they have chromium, they have guarana, which is a healthy form of caffeine. It's the equivalent of a quarter cup of coffee. This one, the ice has melted a little bit, but it is pomegranate. It was a pomegranate slushy. I had a lot of ice with basil. and it is so good and refreshing. And they're like almost no calories. Okay. So it's great because it's water, it's refreshing. It gives you an energy boost. And I don't know about you guys, but I work well with like deadlines and goals. So I'll say, all right, I'm going to get this, and this done on my list. And at 2 p.m., I'm going to have my afternoon fizzy drink. So this is a great one. We have a lot of mocktail recipes that I can certainly post to, like a fojito, all different watermelon smoothies you can make with them. They're a little packet you can just keep in your purse or wherever you are working. We have citrus flavor, pomegranate, and strawberry. So those are great. And often I'll try to go outside and maybe read a document or an email I have to do while I'm drinking my fizzy reward, because the fresh air makes all the difference and it kind of helps your mind reset. Okay. Number 8, this goes hand in hand with your healthy drinks, keeping healthy treats on hand. My only regret with these is that I cannot hand them to you, but I know some of you have had these at Haven. Felicia's nodding. My son started eating the entire supply last night. I was like, whoa, I need some for this presentation. Okay. These are chocolate chip cookie dough bites, and they are made with our vegan shake mix. Vanilla is what I use for this. Almond butter, agave syrup. I use the same oats that Carolyn does, and I use gluten-free. And so basically you mix those ingredients together, put it in the fridge, and then add some vegan chips when it's cooled a little bit. And I actually sometimes keep these in the freezer, like if I'm going to put them in a container to go to a baseball game or something. So they're nice and cold, and they are so good. You know, I know some of you have had them. The only warning is that they are addictive. So maybe you kind of ration off how many you can have a day, but they are really, really good. And, it's better than choosing, I used to eat those bars you could buy, and then I realized everything that was in them, right? These taste so much better. You can make them in bar form as well. So also I found prepping, veggies and fruit and things like that ahead of time, it is important, right? And so, I will prep some of that stuff for my son also. And, just having those things on hand, like maybe peppers, carrots, cucumbers ready with just, even those travel size hummus. If you got to run back to your desk and you want a healthy snack, that's a great one, or a green apple, right? Okay. Number 9, move throughout the day. I found, especially in March and April, we were sitting. I don't know about you guys, are just sitting for so long. Like I was having all sorts of issues. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my back just from sitting so much. So what I try to do is, every 45 minutes at least, obviously you can get up and stretch every half an hour in your office, but every, I would say, hour or so, I will do something like go downstairs, kind of step on the patio and stretch. Or I love the app. I don't know if any of you have it, called the 7-minute workout. It's just really quick. In 7 minutes, I go to this little workout room we have. I do it. You can do it outside. You feel energized. You feel great. And then you can go back to your desk. I don't know. Do any of you have a standing desk? I actually got one that I haven't put together yet during that time, because I have also heard that that's great also. And obviously stepping away helps your body, but it also helps your eyes. You know what I mean? You can get eye strain from staring at the computer and staring at your phone so much. And so we really have to be careful about that. And then number 10, have a shut off time. Okay. I am a self-proclaimed workaholic, so I understand, and I am the queen of, I used to push the envelope and stay up late thinking, oh, I got to get this done and that done. And when you really think about it, guys, we're not that productive at night sometimes, right? Unless you're that night owl. And that brings me to my next point. Know yourself, know your circadian rhythm, listen to your body. Because I realized I was much more productive if I went to bed earlier and got up earlier, right? And started my day, and I had a much more productive hour or two before calls started than I did, trying to stay awake and getting things done. So I think that's really important. Obviously, sleep is huge, and recharging. That's when our cells are rejuvenating. And I will tell you, as someone who, Arbonne also offers amazing anti-aging skincare, sleep is one. People think it's a lot of skincare and aging is genetic. It's not. That's actually only 10%. It's all other factors: stress, smoking, diet, sleep. So sleep is important for all of that. So the last thing I just want to say is love yourself, be kind to yourself, do these things I mentioned, plus all the things we talked about today. I think they will make you not just healthier and wealthier, but more of a positive force in our world. And what I love about Haven is that we bring so many positive people together who care about other people and care about making an impact. And we can't do that until we take care of ourselves first. So I hope those tips